Now, I want to talk about our farmers who are fed up with a green agenda that continues to make it harder for them to produce and to produce efficiently. Joining me to get the latest on our food producers' grievances is David Jochinke, who is the new president of the National Farmers Federation. David, welcome to the program. You've come out strongly against Labor Energy Minister Chris Bowen and his energy plans. He wants to have these wind turbines all along the countryside, solar farms, transmission lines. Tell me about your campaign.
Well, Rita, at the National Farmers Federation, we've been surveying our members and hearing their concerns right down to the core of the key issues that are keeping them awake. And we feel in many ways that farmers are losing their land, we're losing access to water, and we're losing access to our workforce through policies that aren't going to be conducive to ensure that we're more productive than we've ever been. So what we've done is we've launched a campaign called Keep Farmers Farming. And that's all about ensuring that we put all these policies forward as a package, and that demonstrates that it's going to curb our productivity, and that productivity curve is going to hurt consumers. So we talk about water, we talk about the buybacks that are proposed underneath the changing of the Murray-Darling Basin Plan. What we want to see is making sure that all of the environmental projects are exhausted before that happens. We talk about industrial relations. We want to have a look and investigate opportunities to get a dedicated pathway for workers to come to farms from overseas. And the current PALM scheme is not delivering on the flexibility that we're looking for in agriculture. And then finally, with renewables, farmers want to be part of renewables. We host a wind farm here on our farm, but we're not going to do it at all costs. We want to make sure that farmers are consulted, making sure that we've got the strategy right behind where these farms are going, but then more so that the pain that's being felt is not just burdened by farmers, that it is shared across the community, and that when there is a proposition put forward, that it benefits everybody.
Now, we have a lot of farmers who rely on gas, and we have plenty of gas, but state governments, particularly here in Victoria, are against gas exploration. They want to reduce consumption dramatically. What could that mean for farmers?
Well, like a lot of sectors, agriculture, especially the intensive horticulture sector, flowers especially, rely on a lot of gas consumption for the warming of these their glasshouses. Now, a transition to an electrified system means that they're going to have to change their investment. They're going to have to change the way that they are competitive in a very slim margin market. So if there is any change away from gas, we have to make sure that government's putting in place incentives or assistance for those farmers to change their production systems, because it is a very expensive methodology to change your core fuel source. Gas has and will be an important part to play in agriculture for a fair while, and for us, assistance needs to be given for us to transition to any other fuel source, noting that it will take time and money to get there.
Now, finally, a lot of Australian farmers are very happy with the Labor government's firm stance on the EU free trade agreement. What are the chances now that we're going to strike an advantageous agreement with the EU?
Well, for starters, we do have our barneys with government. There's no doubt about it that we don't agree on everything, but this is one that we absolutely do. We've backed our Trade Minister, Minister Farrell, completely with his decision to make sure that he's trying to get the best deal he can for farmers, and noting that there were sectors in this agreement that would have benefited, but agriculture would have gone backwards. There was nothing new on the table for us. It wouldn't have benefited any of the key commodities that we look to export into a very lucrative market, and also noting that Australian produce could never fulfil the full demand. So to have a minister stand up for us, we're very excited by. We're also very heartened by the fact that we can put aside our differences, focus on the outcome, and ask for what exactly our competitors are getting. What is New Zealand getting? What's Canada getting? What's South America getting? That's what we've been asking for in this deal. And Minister Farrell stuck by us and walked away from a deal that wasn't delivering what we needed.
David Jochinke, thank you so much for your time tonight.